And that is when my balls hit the toilet water.
Welcome to the Swine Brothers Show, episode 139 for the 23rd of February, 2018. If you'd like to get in contact with the show, you can email us at cosmicgodsdie@gmail.com. Facebook is Swine Brothers and Twitter is SwineBro666 for no reason. I am your rather sick host, Elliot Lindemood.
I am the Jim, the seeing eye mutant and purveyor of filth.
And I'm Danamunda. I have no idea what I'm doing here.
I did not cough through the entire intro. I was like, I could feel a
Hey,
cough
you're
coming
doing good. Yeah, you're doing good.
on. I have a slightly stuffed nose, but more a cough. However, I have my own remedy for coughing. Coffee.
Yes, coffee is good.
Is that why they call it that?
What?
Is that why they call it that?
No. Before we begin, I have to say that 2 albums have been released that are quite good. The new Solstice album has been released, which is a UK doom metal band, epic doom metal. White Horse Hill is the name of it. It is album of the year already, and we're only in February. But then again, Bound for Glory was album of the year in March. And the first album by Swedish black metal band Avslut has been released. It is very good raw black metal, and go down and get both of those albums right now. Stop listening. No, actually, wait till the show's over, then get them.
Yay!
Now you can go get them now. We don't care.
Yeah, but you guys should get them. And Absurd has released a new album, re-recording. That's the I guess the music review portion of the show.
Yeah. Well, we got Talib Kweli cancels show because the venue also booked Take.
I would say Talib Kweli canceled show because they also booked Take.
Yes, he canceled the show because they booked a band. This is the band who Antifa, a member of Antifa, pepper spray or tear gas show a couple years ago. So this band has been coming under a lot of fire. There have been about 4 or 5 cancellations, and now a band the support act has also dropped off the tour. King Dude. God, what a fucking horrible name. King Dude. I'm King Dude.
I shit my Cocoa Puffs.
Wait. Are we okay? This is what I take away from that. Are we still revolving around the 1980s there? King Dude.
He's an outlaw. He's apparently an outlaw country Satanist or something.
Oh, it sounds like something you'd come up with a 1980s metal movie.
Doesn't it though? The
generic
character.
metal movies that would be made by the religious groups protesting the bands.
It sounds like a Jack Chick thing, doesn't it? I'm King Dude.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy. Now I've never heard of him. Is he metal? We'll find out. This guy who canceled the show. Is it another metal band? We'll find out.
The fallout from the most recent round of accusations that Take support hate groups continues. In case you need a refresher, Take have been repeatedly accused of bigotry over the past decades as a result of both an incident in which their frontman, Host, performed with a swastika painted on his chest and lyrics which are perceived as being anti-Muslim. Well, that kind of goes to the territory.
How can you be anti-Christian without being anti?
How can you be anti-Abrahamic religion without going straight down the fucking line? All of them.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm a Satanist, but I love Muslims. It don't work like that. You hate it all. Antifa protests led to at least one of the shows on Take's upcoming North American trek to be canceled. The tour support act, King Dude, subsequently dropped off the bill.
King Dude! Sorry, I have to say it like that.
King Dude, featured in Chick track number 326.
Because I'm a Luciferian and I don't support hate. And I'm like, well, dude, shouldn't you be standing with the fucking guy and saying, no, this is wrong? And I've solidarity, motherfucker.
Now, another artist, one who was never part of this tour or even this genre, has made it clear that he won't in any way support Take. Billboard reports that rapper Talib Kweli has pulled out of his upcoming tour stop at Kansas City's Riot Room after the venue booked controversial black metal band Take.
And he probably doesn't even know what the hell it is.
No, he doesn't. Amid allegations of racism and discrimination.
They have never sung about Nazism. That's the thing. If someone's like, well, they're trying to be like, they're trying to sell records, so of course they're not going to. It was like, I'm sorry, have you heard NS black metal before? NS black metal is not like, they don't euphemize. You know?
Yeah, they just flat out say kill the niggers.
Black metal against Zog.
Yeah, they just fucking say gas the Jews straight out. They don't fucking use any of this euphemetical bullshit.
So it's like
balls to the wall, and it's like, oh, okay. I mean, I can understand if you don't like the politics in it, and you don't listen to it because of that. But I still call you a fucking poser fuck because who gives a shit about the politics if the music's good? And trust me, 99% of NSBM is bullshit. You'll get that diamond in the rough, but then you'll get like a bunch of like mimics and a bunch of bullshit.
I like NSBM. It's more RAC that's more 99% bullshit. Because it's like, okay, I like Screwdriver, but damn, I don't want to just clone them.
Oh yeah, I had to experience that. It's like, listen to this bad. It sounds just like Screwdriver.
Same thing with
inspired. No, it's a fucking clone.
Same thing with Jim. I don't know if you're familiar with the band Discharge on the left, but Discharge has a lot of people who basically just do what, basically just do Discharge. It's like, why do I want to listen to another Discharge clone?
My position is that the venue should not want to host that band, whether the band canceled or not, and should issue an apology for even booking the band.
Okay, well, if you're going to go Kentuckian, I'm going to go Kentuckian too. I just got a question to ask. If you guys consider Crota National Socialist black metal.
Crota.
How do you spell the name?
Kroda.
I'm going goddamn look them up. That's what I'm going to do.
While he's looking them up, I'm going to say the response I received was that the venue did not want to choose sides between a band that sympathizes with racism and bigotry and me. Racism and bigotry and me. Boom, 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 boom.
That sounds like something you come across on PBS.
Racism, bigotry. It's like Mr. Rogers.
Hello, neighbor. Have you burnt down a church today? I'm glad you're my neighbor.
Well, they're patriotic, Crota, but they're more into like heathenism and folkism. I don't know the politics of the band, but I don't think they're NSBM. They're more just, they're different patriotic and Nazi.
Oh, so is it not nationalism black metal?
Well, they're from the Ukraine, so there's a lot of that in there.
Oh yes.
But I'll have to check them out. Actually, I actually like what I hear so far.
Okay.
I think it's time to choose a side and fuck your sister. I find it appalling that the Riot Room refuses to apologize for booking this band. I feel I wouldn't feel safe bringing my team, family, and fans into a venue that is sympathetic to white nationalism. So I've canceled the show. What? Because a guy went trolling on stage years ago.
In Germany, which is, black metal is obsessed with offending people.
Pissing people?
Make them think or whatever. What's the most offensive thing you can do in Germany?
Exactly. It's a shame because I was really looking forward to performing in Kansas City, where I could finally wed my sister.
Yeah. Well, the southern accent. I don't know if you guys saw the woman who mistook a Norwegian flag for the Confederate flag. So we were making jokes all today about that damn Confederate band Burzum.
Hmm?
Those damn Confederate Norwegians.
Oh,
We'll
God.
see about that later, maybe.
I'm gonna burn a church. Then we'll hail Odin. Yeehaw.
Coley also took to Twitter to further defend his decision from angry fans and argue that even if Hoest wore a swastika just for shock value, his decision was inexcusable.
You never
No,
done anything like shocking in your life, especially in your younger days. You never thought, "Hey, I have an idea. I'm gonna get a rise out of people."
nope, gang shit ain't the same as Nazi shit. Not even close. Yep. You're thinking all rap is shit, gang shit. Bitch is shit. Bitch.
What the fuck is wrong with him?
You thinking all rap shit is gang shit is bitch shit. Bitch.
No,
Literally. That is word for word. I didn't fuck up reading it that time.
half of shit is just people trying to be gangster.
I took a shit today.
Not every Muslim is a hateful bigot. Most aren't. Every Nazi is a hateful bigot. Every single one. What don't you get?
Yeehaw. Those damn Confederate Norwegians.
If you allow a Nazi man to grace your stage, you support Nazis. You must work for the riot room. Fuck you. I am also the people. I am God Savior Almighty. Hallelujah, holy shit. I am also the fans. And I choose not to play a venue that supports bigotry. Fuck off.
Oh my God.
And of course, I mean, Nazi bands have played in America.
Well, okay. Jim,
Hmm.
please, please, please check your messages. I just sent you a message. It is absolutely fucking awesome.
Okay.
Der Stürmer, a Nazi band from Greece, played a few. But Nazis do secret shows. They don't publish it. You know, they don't publicize it. Obviously, Goat Moon is supposed to do a secret show in Los Angeles. I can't wait to read that that's been canceled. Not because I wanted it to be canceled, just because I know how this shit works. So you know, it's Nazis don't play it like the riot room. They play at people's basements and shit, or occasionally the local club that they'll get under like a different name. Yeah, we're the jazz association.
Hold on a second. She told me to do something. Now I gotta fucking type in something.
I've just go to Facebook and look at your messages. Jeez.
I am. But the problem is I don't want to do it on the screen I'm sharing.
Mm.
Yeah,
Because
because
might pop up in my feed that will get us banned from fucking YouTube. I'm
plus
subscribed to those groups.
I don't know what's on your feed that'll get you banned. There ain't nothing on
People
mine.
being dismembered in real time.
God, I wish I had eyes. I really wish I had eyes. No. Well, actually, the real reason why he doesn't want to show it is, if he shows it, it might show his plans for like nuking the world. And, you know, he can get arrested for that.
No, okay. I will say first and foremost that I have people who consider themselves juggalos, and they are my friends, and they aren't as bad as the juggalos that you hear about in the fucking news. So that's good. But sometimes I get from them things that are just out there.
Oh, we're going to cover this article just because it's good satire.
I have real life uh, Nazis on my friend list. Oh, I don't know if you saw. Um, well, Danimon saw my article about warning signs
Mm-hmm.
on Trigger Alert, and Scott fell for it. That's a joke that my friend wrote because he writes for that site,
Oh,
and I was like, well, shit, I'm gonna see who falls for it.
right? Well, I sent it to my friends, and they were all like, "What? What the fuck?"
See, he's actually good at satire. Like he can actually be creative, not just like the things.
You're an idiot for thinking that butt shock value is an adequate defense for wearing a fucking swastika. It's not. Racist, racist,
What
racist.
about Guar, who had the crostica?
The swastika and the bloody old cross. Two great hates that hate great together.
You know, or the Sex Pistols, who had a swastika armband. It's
I know. Quelly's form of protest could end being the one that's most dangerous to Take. The rapper is way bigger than the black metal band. Who gives a shit? They suck.
well, I mean,
Rap.
I do wonder if this is sort of the death knell of black metal bands playing in the U.S. Because I mean, who the fuck's gonna book a tour now that the precedent has been set that they just cancel it if there's even a suspicion of being racist, which a lot of black metal in Europe has courted with that image.
Hmm.
For him to refuse to help this venue make money based on them booking Take is like 10 online Antifa protests all at once. Really? Does it look like I give a shit? This guy's a moron.
Well,
But
I don't know anything about this Take person or band or whatever, so
well, but Jim, think about it for a second, okay? Venue books band. Guy who draws a lot more people says he won't play in that,
You see, I understand the economics. I'm just saying I don't care about the guy.
no, but I'm just I don't either, but I'm just saying I understand how he's basically
I
trying to.
understand how it's going to fuck over finances and shit, and I know what the venues are going to start thinking and all this shit.
Basically, what he's doing is he's fucking over not just one band, he's fucking over arguably black metal as a whole. I mean, black metal is an extreme genre, and they often, I mean, Mayhem dressed in fucking swastikas, and Hellhammer had a white power sticker on his drum just because it pissed people off.
No venue is going to book Take if they think it will alienate artists who are far more likely to sell tickets.
And
Yes, I
that's
understand the
yeah.
logic. I'm saying people shouldn't care about the guy.
Well, it's not people in
rap.
itself. It's the promoters.
I know.
I mean, promote. I mean, so you've basically got the entire black metal scene by the nuts.
That Quelly generates so much mainstream media attention is also bad news for Take because a few million people who didn't know who they were yesterday will now read that Talib
Yep.
Kweli
And now
is they're
fucking
Nazis.
yeah, and now fucking the shit's gonna hit the fan big time because people who have no concept of not just black metal, probably even metal beyond fucking Metallica's Black Album or Load
Oh god,
or
those aren't
fucking
even metal.
Megadeth's Cryptic Writings. I'll argue that the Black Album was in some way sort of metal, but Load wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
I mean, Metallica was just really dumbed down metal, but Load was fucking. But so you have those people now. Well, god damn, Cletus. Fucking this band's a Nazi. I don't like Nazis unless they're me.
Yeah, really. There actually is such a thing as bad publicity, and this is it. Fuck you, you pansies.
I mean, I just I wish it weren't true, but sadly, I mean, What this might do, and I know it won't, and I know how these fucking people react. What this might do is provide a spark for another rebirth of black metal attitudes in the 90s.
Burn a few churches, that's all it takes.
We lit the fires.
As I said, after the King Dude jumped ship amid his chick tract, I'd be surprised if this whole tour wasn't canceled. I also think that if Take want to try and salvage their reputation, they're going to have to do more than just deny the accusations.
That's all they need to do is deny. I mean, if you're that worried about something that happened years ago, why aren't you boycotting every single thing the Sex Pistols have ever done? Because they wore swastika armbands. Why aren't you boycotting? You know, punks loved the swastika in the 70s and 80s until it became an actual Nazi thing. Because their whole thing was, we're going to interpret this symbol in a different way than our parents did, which one could argue about the ramifications of it all until the cows come home. That's not the point. The point is that nobody thought much of it. Oh yeah, punk with the swastika armband, whatever. You know, it gets to the point where it's just it happened once. People, Shining has a fucking swastika tattoo, not because he's a racist, just because he's from Shining. He doesn't care.
A 7-inch with the proceeds going to the ACLU. Yes, I know they're not even American. Yep. Direct outreach to the communities they've offended. Whatever. Hi, we said things you don't like, so we're paying you money.
Which is weird because none of the people I know who like metal were offended. That's not just white guys and girls, obviously.
Yeah. Otherwise, these allegations are going to continue to follow them like a black cloud for the rest of their lives and career. Yay.
This is why the internet needs to be outlawed. You know, because before this, there was no precedent for the, you know, you might hear a little bit about say, you know, oh, did you hear a band? But now everyone thinks they're a fucking crusader for God.
Mm-hmm.
God being.
Oh, let's counter some of that communist bullshit. Kill a communist and receive 340 pounds. Philippines leader Duterte tells Nation. I have no idea if this is legit or not.
What site is it on?
It's called The Express, home of the Daily and Sunday Express.
Have you not seen this guy? He's fucking nuts. He's threatened to like eat drug lords. He's insane.
The guy in the Philippines? That's awesome.
Yeah, you haven't seen this? He's fucking nuts.
The Philippines president has offered a 340-pound bounty for each communist rebel killed by government forces in a bid to save the state's anti-insurgency costs. I love this. This is fucking awesome. Hi, I want you to kill a commie. Okay. I'm paying good money for that. I'm certain there's some civilians that are willing to get on that action. Dude, I killed 30 commies.
Give me some Cotton Hill? Come on, Cotton. Knock it off.
But they're not even commies. I don't care.
Rodrigo Duterte also said the communists are easier to hit than birds because they have bigger heads. Yes! I love that statement. Please be true. That's true. Oh my God. That is so awesome. They're easier to hit than birds because they have bigger heads. Pop!
I think I just died.
What?
I mean, I coughed so hard that I died.
Okay. His latest crass remarks, which the government issued to reporters yesterday, came after human rights groups condemned him this week for saying troops should shoot female communist guerrillas in the genital to render them useless. Oh, God, I love this. This is so fucking beyond.
Yeah, but you know the sad thing. You know what the good thing is? This is where Anarch is going.
That's awesome.
Did you know Jim Anarch is a communist now? Well, I mean, I don't know if he is, but he is. Just gonna lie.
Wow, His head's bigger than a bird's head.
Think of it. Think of it.
Mr. Duterte said in a speech to troops at an air base in central Cebu City, referring to New People's Army guerrillas, "You kill an NPA today and I'll pay you 25,000 pesos. Yes.
What if I killed Jim? Will I get anything other than prison time?
Well, you'll get me all, really, really mad.
Why?
Well, because I like Jim.
Yeah.
But I'm better than Jim.
It doesn't matter. You're too far away, so...
Yeah, well, it's not by choice, let's put it that way.
Alright, look. Right now, I'm arguing with a dude. And he knows who he is about what nationalist means. A nationalist is somebody who argues for independent... Oh, how did they put that? Political independence, yes?
Well, yeah, it's someone who takes great pride in their like.
No, there's somebody who actually wants. Let's see here. I found the fucking definition for it.
Kill a commie today.
It's somebody who wants the government to be sovereign.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
To do what they want. This is the same person who's trying to explain to me that National Socialists are the same damn thing.
Oh God. Oh God. Sorry.
I mean, nationalists can be annoying. I know patriots are usually okay, but National Socialists, that's completely different breed. It's taking the worst aspects of the right and combining it with the worst aspects of the left. I mean, communists just take the worst aspects of the left and combine it with the even worse aspects of the left. No.
No, you're wrong. I hope you're listening to this. You're wrong. You're stupid.
Well, Elliot, you just gotta yell at Nick.
I was computing that if this drags on for 4 years, it'll be very expensive because it's war. If I just pay $25,000 for a life, I can save about 47%. Yes! I like this guy. I love him. It's like you can save 47% on your war insurance by killing a communist, and I'll give you $5,000.
Jesus, people say like Trump is, I want this guy to be in charge.
He gets shit done. Fuck it, we're killing these bastards. Woohoo!
But we don't even know who we're killing. I don't care. I'm gonna eat a drug dealer.
His comments drew laughter from the crowd. I'd laugh, but I would love every minute of it. So where do I sign up?
I was just joking, right? Jim, no!
There was no elaboration on how he came up with those figures and whether or how the government would pay for claimed kills. Backing up his offer, the brash-talking president encouraged state forces to go for the kill. Mr. Duterte added, If you work really hard to crawl across the forest, you'll surely be able to shoot even just one.
What?
I like this thinking.
If you can shoot a bird above you, then how much more an NPA whose head is so big?
Wait.
Why is his head so big?
Why is his head so big?
Once again, his remarks made the crowd laugh.
Well, yeah, he's like, what? Invader Zim, for fuck's sake.
I would just sit there going, did I take drugs or is this an actual thing?
However, his completely irrational comments encourage government forces to commit war crimes instead of instilling a culture of accountability in accordance with international law, Human Rights Watch said. Fuck you, Human Rights Watch.
Boring.
You're ruining my entertainment. Carlos
Yeah,
Conde,
Yeah.
a U.S.-based rights group, said Duterte's pronouncements normalize the idea that government security forces can do as they wish to defeat their enemies, including committing summary executions and sexual violence.
Crush your enemies.
Bet you even
Sodomize the
care if he
weak.
said shoot him in the balls.
Sodomize the weak.
Wait, are we going all crime here?
Yeah.
Blood, actually.
Crush your enemy. Before you hear the lamentations of their women.
Yeah.
The president has controversially joked about the gang rape of a murdered Australian missionary, and he boasted about his womanizing ways spurred on by Viagra. Guy is such a complete asshole. I love him. Why isn't he rolling here?
He's a pure asshole.
Oh, I did that.
He doesn't even care.
I mean, I would love to see people's reaction because we've all seen this shit where it's like, oh my god, Trump's the Antichrist. Let's put him in power here, and then see, holy shit, did it get?
Did you just make a gang rape joke?
Yeah, really.
Well, yeah, but speaking of Trump, I have to love the furor over the porn stars who claim to have slept with them, because he's the only president who's ever slept with anyone else. Every other president has been ultra wholesome.
Yay! Really?
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome. Well, let's get Marilyn Monroe to talk. Oh.
Frank, let's get any White House intern secretary or anyone to talk.
Reports suggest that about 3,800 people have been killed by police since he was elected in 2016. Some were attacked by vigilantes who had permission from the police. That's something I gotta sign up for.
This world's going, yeah, but Jim, we all know you'd get attacked.
I know. I'm too much of an asshole not to.
You'd have to fake like a fucking saint conversion.
He has even bragged about taking part in murder himself alongside police when he was mayor of Davao.
Whatever. Some third world shithole.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just that's not offensive. No wonder we can't monetize our videos anymore.
We've never been able to, not from day one. We tried and they're like, Wah! And we have 16 people in
28 countries
in charge of fucking YouTube commit suicide the moment they heard 30 seconds.
Banned in 28 countries and then lifted apparently.
Yeah. The volatile president turned up the rhetoric against communist guerrillas after peace talks brokered by Norway collapsed last year when he protested against continuing rebel attacks on government forces.
Now, I understand what they mean by communist guerrillas, but I just had a vision of fucking gorillas, the monkeys with fucking machine guns.
That would be awesome. We got to trade some apes.
Planet of the Apes, my ass.
Yeah, we need that now. We'll just start fucking genetically engineering them, put some cybernetics in. It'll be a good old time.
I like the way he thinks, or not thinks.
I'm just having fun.
I don't even know what he's doing anymore. I just like the words that come out of his noise hole.
There we go. When a rebel leader recently warned that the guerrillas could kill one soldier a day, Mr. Duterte countered by threatening to kill 5 rebels daily and offering to train tribesmen as militias and give them bounties to slay insurgents.
I could just imagine him just he gets in after a day and he just bites off like a hunk of raw meat.
That is a person you want in charge of your nation. Just fucking.
I'm not even sure how he could talk.
Yeah, he's just there going. Then you have his first officers going, "Aye, aye, Captain."
What did he say?
Course directly into the sun. Mr. Duterte is already under an international criticism and is facing a preliminary investigation by the International Criminal Court for thousands of deaths in the war on drugs he initiated after becoming president.
Going to murder anyone who looks like they might be knowing someone who does drugs or not.
That sounds perfectly rational to me. He lashed out in his response, including asking why the ICC was focusing on him when atrocities were unraveling elsewhere.
This guy comes off as just the biggest asshole. I love it.
Mr. Duterte, a former state prosecutor, then talked about Muslims freeing from violence and persecution in Burma.
We free them from violence by shooting them.
He said there are Rohingyas who are being slaughtered, but they only chose to indict me. Okay, you asked for it. Let's have a trial. I'll cross-examine you. That is such an asshole. I love this guy. He's insane. I'm so glad someone this nuts is in charge of a country.
I mean, usually the only time you hear about this is African warlords.
Yeah, I know.
Remember Democracy 3 on Africa? That was fun.
Oh, that was.
Oh, I didn't do that yet.
They were mad because we gave women rights and had free thought.
Yeah, they killed us because we permitted free thought once again.
So we got rid of free thought, but women had rights, and we just to be a dick, we put women in every fucking cabinet.
Yeah. Now, speaking of women, since #MeToo, the number of men who are uncomfortable mentoring women has tripled.
The mentors? Clap. Sick and obscene.
Oh, God's sake. Wait. Okay, wait. What? I'm sorry, I got confused. You said Dementors, and I thought something else entirely.
What were you thinking of?
Dementors from Harry Potter. So
no, the mentors. Jim, do you know who the mentors are?
Yeah, punk.
No.
Oh, women are insane.
Of course we are. Wait, is that a bad thing?
Look up the band. They're fucking hilarious. they are sleaze rock.
Oh, you have to send me it. So you have to send me it because that sounds awesome. So I would totally listen to it. But I mean,
oh God. One of the unintended consequences of the #MeToo movement seems to be the alienation of male mentors.
Yeah, El Duce, Sicky Wife Beater, Pope Heathen Scum, and the other guy.
The other guy known as only the other guy.
I don't remember what the other guy's name is, but those are the 3 that I remember.
I wouldn't be surprised if someone went by and that band went by. I am the other guy.
Wait, okay, so what's the point of this article?
A new set of findings from women's empowerment nonprofit leanin.org and online survey platform SurveyMonkey reveal that since the media reports of sexual harassment first emerged last fall, male managers are 3 times as likely to say that they are uncomfortable mentoring women and
Oh,
twice
no
as
shit. No shit.
and twice as uncomfortable working alone with a woman.
Oh, yeah, also no shit.
Yeah, do you want to lose your job over accusation?
Right?
I want no part of this. Someone else do this.
Exactly.
Hey, I've been accused of everything under the sun,
Yeah, I know.
including murder.
I'm the
Once.
satanic baby killer of Jeanette. And whenever they didn't find the horde of fucking infant corpses in my dad's backyard when his house went up for a sheriff's sale, they decided that I just gave the babies directly to Satan.
Did you get that one black metal article I wanted you to read?
Yeah, I'll read it in a moment. I wanted to get this out of the way first.
This is really, really disturbing, though, in general, because
yeah,
it literally says that men are evolving to be scared of women. And that's not good. That is not good at all.
No, that means we're going to stop breeding.
I'm scared. Well, some of the women I know are perfectly capable of killing me.
Well, look, okay, people are scared of people, regardless, yes? I saw this thing a while back. It talked about, how do you put it? Men are scared that women will reject them. And women are scared that men will kill them.
Because,
and this is honestly, this is just something that we do not like to admit as a female of the species. Men are primarily very physically capable of killing women at any point in time.
See, I know plenty of women who are purely physical capable of killing me.
Oh, yes, but you're blind. You have a disability.
That's not what I mean. They're just vicious and evil, and I like it.
But, I mean, at the same point, most women in society right now are very afraid that when they meet somebody that they're going to hurt them. Whether it's emotional, whether it's physical or whatever, they are worried about it. So women are afraid of men.
Well, my whole thing here is this.
And this article...
Because trends while I was growing up, most women embraced men and wanted to, just be there with them.
Yeah.
So
and this article...
40 years I've been alive.
Yeah. And this article is saying that now men are afraid of women.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fucking stupid.
But it's another trend.
Neither side should be afraid of each other. We should all just be equal. We should know that one or the other is going to give each other treatment that may or may not be bad.
I do believe that all sides should hate each other and want to destroy each other and have a horrible bloody war.
Well, yes, of course, I'll poison Jim.
But I mean, I think these are just weird trends. I mean, I have, I still see annoying happy couples that I want to destroy because, they make out in public. Oh, God.
I don't like PDA myself, actually.
I just hate making out. You can do whatever you want, just, God, I hate the sound.
No, I honestly don't like seeing people being uncomfortably close in public because I feel like that's something that is personally, that's private. That's something that you do because that's a romantic thing that is between you and your partner.
So no blowjobs in the park.
It's between you and the aborted fetus.
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun,
I'm just saying, that's my personal opinion. I don't do that kind of shit. I actually have a hard time fucking holding hands in public even because of that kind of bullshit because I am so fucking old school. So hold that against me.
You are. And I do hold it against you. And that is why I point and laugh.
And that's why I'm on poison you, Jim.
I just don't care.
I know. It's great. The hesitation to meet with women outside of work is even more pronounced. Senior men were 3.5 times more likely to hesitate having a work dinner with a junior female colleague than a male one, and 5 times more likely to hesitate to travel for work with a junior woman.
All this does though is add fuel to the paranoia. All this article does is accentuate it.
That's all it does. It
Because
just makes
now
everything
people are
10
gonna,
times worse.
because now people are going to start thinking, well, God, if they're afraid, yeah.
Well, maybe I should be afraid.
Whereas I'm not fucking afraid. You can accuse me of whatever the fuck you want. I've been accused of everything from child abuse to murder. And I haven't even touched the children. And the corpses were never discovered.
Because they were consumed.
So it's also more along the lines of, because I'm a guy, because I'm a dude, somebody's going to say that I did something and then they're going to take their side, not mine.
Well,
and then I'm going to get fired and go homeless.
Yeah, and
everyone takes their side anyway. Over me.
Well, yeah, that's your white privilege. Because you're a white male.
Yes, I'm white male. Unfortunately, I'm also blind, so I also get the disability privilege thing.
Well, you got the ADA on your back at least. Jeez.
Yeah, well, jeez.
See, this is why I want to just give him a flamethrower and put him in a direction, not telling him what he's got. So that way he's like, things are getting warmer this way. And a lot warmer.
Just keep walking.
Yeah.
Not until I'm about to die. I don't want to do that until I'm about to die. I mean,
Yeah, you'll probably, stay away from where it gets too hot, but
I have shit to live for, Jim.
But like whenever the cops actually bust you, you'll be like, I don't know what I was doing. The guy just patted me in the back and said, go.
No, look. We gotta give him a backup. You have to have a squad behind him. Somebody who can, refresh his flamethrower tanks when they're out.
Oh,
Eric.
You just hook it up to a fucking gas station. It's all good.
There we go.
Eric. Well, we'll just tell Eric that it's just water. Just pour it in.
Yeah, he doesn't even have to know what's in it.
Yeah.
In a Facebook post Tuesday morning, because that's where all good reporting goes, LeanIn.org founder Sheryl Sandberg explained that men's increasing unwillingness to mentor their female colleagues undoubtedly will decrease the opportunities women have at work. Fancy that. You're sabotaging yourselves. Enjoy. I want the women to have all the prime positions and power, but then I'm going to shit on men to the point where I don't get ahead.
Well, yeah. Well, there you go.
The Facebook COO pointed out that the last thing women need right now is even more isolation. Men vastly outnumber women as managers and senior leaders. So when they avoid, ice out, or exclude women, we pay the price.
Well, you can change that easily. Kill all the male engineers and managers.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
Make that leap and say it. I mean, people have already been doing "kill all men" as a hashtag all this time. But I want to see, it just gain much, much more mainstream attention. And then people say, what the fuck is going on?
I mean, and someone's like,
riots start.
When I say that, someone's like, what? You're a man. Are you saying you want to be killed? I'm like, for entertainment? Yeah, sure.
To encourage more men to mentor their female colleagues, LeanIn.org Tuesday launched a campaign called Mentor Her. Already, a number of high-profile male business leaders have made the commitment to mentor women, including Oath CEO Tim Armstrong, LinkedIn co-founder Reid Hoffman, and CEO Jeff Weiner. Unveiler CEO Paul Pullman. Jeff Weiner, Paul Pullman, and Facebook CEO Zuckerberg. Some of these people are so detached from the fucking daily running of things that, like,
there's a Dutch politician or UN guy, and his name, I shit you not, is Tiny Cox.
Beautiful. I just love the fact that some of these people, I mean, especially Zuckerberg, he's so detached from running anything that he doesn't have to worry about, the lawsuit because he's a shut-in.
Well,
Like,
yeah,
he
but
literally has to take classes in pretending to be an extrovert.
well, yeah, but this is a good way of whatever good PR, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I have to take classes in pretending I don't hate humanity. You can
I
see how
will
well they
throw all
worked.
my management under the bus just to look good. Very nice, very nice.
Oh,
Um, I had to
okay.
take classes in not being a misanthrope. You can see how well they worked after I threw somebody under the bus. What you mean? You let no. I mean I threw someone under a moving bus.
Okay, so this article was about what? Like ladies in general?
Yeah.
Mm.
It's saying that, people coming out and saying everyone molested me, regardless if they were honest or not.
So they had no people whatsoever who were actually saying from a neutral standpoint, I have never had a bad experience with a man whatsoever.
Or regardless
Well,
of if
hashtag me too is all about
Me
saying
Too is about fucking being assaulted. Me Too has nothing to do with your actual regular association.
people
except
twist that
Ugh.
into sexual harassment, even if you just make a comment, must be
I
assault.
mean, one of the people that's on one of the boards that are running fucking the Me Too thing,
Mhm.
the special interest group kind of thing. She is now on paid leave under accusations of sexual harassment. She sexually harassed men, allegedly.
Now, we read a story a couple years ago, Jim. You remember this about a woman who had sex but didn't really like it or didn't really want to do it, but still sort of went through with it, like not unwill, but just meh. And she came to the conclusion afterwards that she had been raped.
Yeah, I
Oh,
remember that article. It was pretty much, I wanted to fuck him, but then the sex sucked so bad that I'm just gonna say it was rape.
Or I didn't really care. I just kind of lost interest, and he just kind of did it. So which happens, whatever. And
okay.
so that's rape. That's not rape.
All right. Well, let's put it from a people point of view here. Jim,
Yeah.
how many times have you had sex with me that I didn't like to like it? That you thought?
That I thought you didn't like it
Yeah.
like twice, but we were
Damn
both
dirty
really
rapist.
drunk. And that was you not liking it totally. You were just like, go ahead and finish.
What, Jim? Damn dirty rapist.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Jim's lowballing it. He is so lowballing it. Now, the point is that even if I have sex with somebody, I absolutely am 100% in a position where I am not fucking stupid.
No, but damn it.
I just love the fact
No,
that I was lowballing the numbers severely. I
Shut
love
up.
that.
Just shut up, Jim. Listen, if I want to have sex with somebody, I do. And I admit that I want to have sex with somebody, okay? And oh my
You're just like,
god.
hurry up and finish already.
About 10% of the time. But the point is that oh my god, if you want to have sex with somebody, just say that it's okay. That's part about being a feminist. God damn it.
Well, and if you lose interest and he just finishes, then go, okay, that was a bad night and whatever.
It
Like,
doesn't matter if you have bad sex with somebody. Or if you had sex who doesn't even, you don't even remember having sex with that person. That's okay. That's part of being a feminist.
but that was the point. Was that
yeah, you
she
do
thought
what
it
you
was
want to do.
yeah, but that was the point where she thought because she didn't enjoy it, it must be rape.
Oh yes, of course, absolutely. Well, you know what? Hell, let's put it this way: if I were to consider every person that I had sex with that I didn't enjoy, about 8 years of it would be rape.
Everything is rape.
And honestly, and this is gotta consider this part, I lost my virginity when I was 19 years old. So I'm 35 or 33 now. Excuse me. So
You're
8
aging
years of
yourself.
nothing but rape. Okay.
nothing but rape.
That sounds like a Mentor song.
Honest to God, seriously, if I had to consider everything that I had in sexual experience up until the point where I was about 29 years old, yeah, it would all just be rape. Because I didn't enjoy it at all.
8 years of rape.
And you know what?
Disney CEO Bob Iger gave a Twitter shout out to ABC President Channing Dungy. Dungy.
How do you spell it?
Channing Dungy. D-U-N-G.
It honestly looks like Dungy.
Dungy, maybe?
Dungy.
We'll say Dungy.
It says Dungy.
Better. Channing Dungy. I'm Channing Dungy.
Dude, Channing Dungy.
Saying he was proud of her and his other mentees.
Oh, for God's sake. Seriously, shit. If I had to say anything about all the sex that I've had, it has all been consensual, and that's not a problem. But it's all been very, very disappointing.
My first mentor was a woman. My first mentor was a woman. She taught me a lot of things. For example, no, corn is not metal, and here's why.
That is good. You have to learn that corn is not metal.
Yes, I was an idiot. And she knew that I was an idiot, but, quote, you might amount to something someday.
Okay. Well, I want to say that I think that a lot of the female problems that we're having right now with people, female people, I should say specifically, who are saying that, yes, female people who are saying that they have problems with sexual harassment in the workplace are just basically completely disregarding the fact that they're actually human. That humanity is what this is, and humanity is something that does these things, and also that they're taking too much from the anti-bullying programs that we had in the 1980s, and they need to stop doing that.
They need to stop the anti-bullying programs, period, and just make the kids stand up for themselves.
Anti-bullying things came back when I was in high school, about 2009, 2010. You didn't hear about it much until then. And then all of a sudden in 2009, no, look, here are the things. If you call someone a faggot, that's bullying. If you call someone a homo...
Everything's bullying. That's why I defecate.
The best part is that's literally how the guy talked, like this. I love to do his voice. And if you call someone the N-word, that's bullying too. And I was like, ooh, well, you already said fag and homo. Tell me what the N-word is, please. He wouldn't do it. He wouldn't do it.
Okay. Elliot.
What?
This is one thing that I've learned, okay, since I was in early 1980s, a very, very young child. I got picked on a lot. And we didn't have the anti-bullying, programs and so on and so forth. Yeah. I withdrew into myself.
I
did a lot of introspection. I did a lot of things where I just read everything that I could read, and I made friends with the bookmobile,
First I was the blind weirdo. Then I was the weirdo in 11 or 12 into weird screaming music like Burzum.
And then, weirdo.
And then I was the one who... What did you just say something about Satan? Oh my God, he's the blind Satanist metal weirdo. So I was, but what happened was I basically just I mean at first what? Why are they bullying me? But finally it's just like, you know what? These people don't understand. For you it was book. For me it was books later, but for me it was metal. For me it was like black and death metal. It was like, these people don't understand this music. They don't understand. They're bullying me because I listen to Burzum. If they even knew what Burzum was, they'd be fucking scared.
Here's the difference between you guys and me. And I honestly don't think this is a bad thing, but you guys stopped wanting people to like you. Right?
That's not entirely true. I want people who are smart to like me.
Oh, that sounds
I
fun.
want people who I think are cool to like me, but like they don't have to.
After a certain point, when I was in school, I just gave up. I gave up on anybody wanting to ever do anything with me whatsoever, and I just went through life, and I was just like, all right, this is me now. I'm cool with it.
That happened in about 2012 after like everything blew up, and I basically said, "Okay, I'm out of it. Whatever. Fuck, it's a little emo kid. Fuck love, fuck everything." Now I have great friends, and all this. So, I mean, I wanted to be liked by people I thought were cool, but as Jim said, if they didn't like me, then well, they probably had their reasons. But
you see, I wanted to be the cool kid in high school, but then I had my dreams smashed at that because I got fucking hit with a baseball bat in front of my high school teacher.
Jim.
Old principal, but it's fucking nice.
I thought we were the cool kids in high school.
Shortly after things morphed, and I just wanted to blow up the school. Then I got into heavy metal, and that spared their lives.
I thought we were the cool kids in high school. Actually, I thought like, oh, we're the metalheads. Fucking you all are the losers.
What were you about to say?
Really, really good place to segue into the school shooting article.
I don't have one.
Yeah, we didn't really plan. I was just gonna say that Chris Barnes from 6 Feet Under thinks that the Florida kids were actors.
Well, I can guarantee you that most of these people that they talk about in these Me Too articles are females who want to hurt somebody so bad.
Well, I mean that's the thing is there's no accountability here. It's not like it's basically you just make an accusation, and I mean, and it's like if I was a woman and I said, "Oh yeah, Jim molested me or whatever," and oh God,
Jim's molested me a couple times.
I have to throw up now. Hang on a second. But so rather than going, okay. Because it's unverified unless you get it on video.
It wasn't as much fun as to make you throw up. I can tell you that.
It's completely unverifiable. So all you're doing is someone.
It would probably just make you nauseous.
Jim, no, he's more than nauseous. Besides, it's him. Oh God.
The New York Times investigation into allegations of sexual harassment and assault against media producer Harvey Weinstein inspired millions of women around the world to say, "Me too." That they too have experienced unwanted sexual advances or violence.
Well, yeah, a lot of people have experienced unwanted. I've had women come on to me, which is I find bizarre.
That is nothing to be afraid of. If people come on to you, if people have issues with sexuality, there's nothing to be afraid of.
Hell, I even had a gay guy come on to me, and all I said was, "Man, I'm not interested."
Even with this Me Too movement, if you need to say that something happened to you, you do that. Please tell somebody what happened to you. Because it helps. Well, it doesn't even matter. It helps. If something happened to you, violence against a female from a male, do it. Yes. Violence against a male from a female. It happened. Yes. Do it.
Yes, but I found that hot. Anyway.
Either one is hot.
It's the unwanted sexual advances, which is about 90% of our mating game.
The point of Me Too is
we're all filtering out.
Yes, everybody has had a sexual assault happen against them.
Well, I mean, like I said, I've had unwanted
sexual advances are a completely different category than sexual assault.
I mean, who hasn't been approached by someone? Hey, you want to no thing? And I don't like. It's just and I like I said, I was approached by a gay guy, and someone was like, "Well, you handle that smooth." I was like, "Why? If you just say you're not interested, he'll go away."
All right. Well, okay. Let me explain this to you guys. Men have to worry that women won't laugh at their jokes. Yes?
No. Well, not me. You're talking about the.
Just go with it, okay? Men don't worry if women won't laugh at their jokes. Yes?
I mean, I don't care.
Women worry that men will, try to hurt them.
Well, yeah, and I mean, I'm not. I think the so-called Me Too movement might
I tell
even
you
be a
this much,
good
okay.
thing if it wasn't corrupted by witch hunts.
Let me give you a very, very specific example of this Me Too example here. When I first met Jim, motherfucker was at least, what, a foot taller than me? Jim, how tall are you?
6'2".
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, Jim is at least a foot taller than me. So I gotta sit there and wonder, oh my god, is this motherfucker gonna hurt me? Right?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, but did you?
No, just because he's bigger than me. It has nothing to do with who he is. It has everything to do with all of the fucking horrible rape culture that has to do with men in general and all that whatnot. Yes? You understand that, yes?
Rape culture is prison.
Everything that girls have been taught is that men are going to hurt them.
well, yeah. Look at fucking movies aimed at women who basically, like, I actually watched a couple of years ago because I think it was my mother had it on. It was what was it, Lifetime or whatever, and the movie was basically men are bad and will fucking rape you. Yeah, dude, fear them. It goes. I'm just sitting there and I'm going, who believes this? I mean, I'm not gonna hurt it.
Well, I didn't believe
kill
that for a
everyone.
long time. Well, I didn't believe that until well after I met Jim, and then after Jim told me about all this bullshit going on, I was like, well, shit. I guess I got lucky.
I get people afraid because of the things I tell them that I do, but generally I'm harmless, sort of.
That's the point, though, is that most women don't believe that men are harmless. And that is why we have this whole fucking horrible feminist attitude right now. It's absolutely fucking terrible.
Yeah, it's
articles like this that promote that kind of culture. Let's make people more and more afraid.
Yeah, it's already.
I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want people.
It's not trying to promote. What it's trying to say is that's stupid. But what it's doing subconsciously is, oh shit! If they're terrified, they must have a good reason to be terrified.
I'm not terrified. I have not been terrified about maybe one person in the 10 people that I've dated in my entire life.
I'm terrified of some things about Jim, but nothing about violence. More like, I don't know, odors that would come from him.
I think Elliot's more scared of the ladies he knows.
I think you should be terrified of my odors.
You think what?
I think Elliot is more scared of the ladies he knows.
I'm not. Yeah, right. I mean, by the way,
nothing wrong with that, man.
I also know a woman who's 6'3", actually.
There you go. That is absolutely somebody to be scared of. Well, I'd be scared of that lady.
No, it's great.
I tell her my name.
You should see us walking down this fucking street. It's awesome.
A wave of accusations followed, knocking nearly 100 powerful men off their perches, including actor Kevin Spacey, tech investor Steve Jurvetson.
Yes, Kevin Spacey popular.
Who's Steve Jurvetson? Jurvetson?
He's a tech investor of some sort.
Steve Jerusalem.
Music producer Russell Simmons, among others.
Okay.
Russell Simmons hasn't been relevant for 30 years.
Yay.
It seems like a police... What do you call that?
The snowballing effect has led some men to swap semen in their mouths after blowjobs to express hesitation about being alone with women.
Great. Yeah, that's fantastic. I'm sorry. You can never get me that desperate. I find the male body repugnant. So.
There we go.
No. Oh, here's the important bit: is that Vice President Mike Pence apparently avoids being alone with women other than his wife.
In November, Fox News analyst Brit Hume tweeted, Vice President Mike Pence's policy of avoiding being alone with women other than his wife is looking better every day.
Brilliant. That's the plan.
Far from being a solution, this attitude hurts women. The Mentor Her campaign aims to educate about just why mentorship is so crucial. Please help me, but I will kill you. Please help me, but I will kill you. Mentor her. Me too. Mentor her. Me too. I want to see those hashtags paired constantly.
I want El Duce to come back from the grave and mentor some people.
There we go.
Please, if any of you know how to reanimate the dead.
I think it's like a 3rd level spell. Second, if you
my
worship
favorite
the right
El Duce. Jim, I don't know if you have a
Hold on. I had to look up a word.
Goron, Jay.
The Mentor Her campaign aims to educate about just why mentorship is crucial to achieving gender parity.
Which means
you have
equality.
to have 50% of everything. No one can do what they want. We have to mandate that 50% of everything is one thing and 50%.
No, so we're basically sitting here imagining, and how should I put it? We see imaginary disparity between each group. And that's the fun part.
Oh, yes,
I'm just telling you right now, if you want true gender parity, Danamond, you can no longer be a housewife. You cannot be a housewife anymore. You have
to do something else. You have to be a manager now.
I don't care how bad you are at math. You must be an engineer.
I don't care. I don't care your opinion. But Jim, what I was going to say was my favorite Jerry Springer was Guar on Jerry Springer, and the mentors were on there too, and they were talking to a mother. And this was the most lowbrow joke I've ever heard, but it was El Duce. So when were you raped? 1972. Why? Well, I was going to say you look pretty familiar.
Hell no, I want to be a housewife. I chose to be a fucking housewife.
We need 50-50, so you have to be a manager now.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
You have to go straight into engineering too.
I don't know. Well, let's put it this way. I don't have any of the actual qualifications that I need to do.
Yes, you do. You're a woman.
No, I don't.
Yeah, they need to fill the slot. You're a woman. It doesn't matter if you suck at math. You have to go.
No. Listen to me. I don't have any of the qualifications I need to be an engineer. Okay?
Exactly. But they don't care about that.
But what you're implying is that the ALCU needs me to be in this position because I'm female.
Yes.
Despite the fact that I don't know what the fuck to do.
Yes, exactly.
I'm going to get people hurt.
You're going to get people slaughtered, yes, but we need 50-50 parity.
Yeah, no, fuck that. No, I don't want to do that.
Why? I want to see people slaughtered.
Oh, I would too, but it's not like that. I want people to be hurt, on my own initiatives.
Yes,
that's
just
why
this
I like
slow creeping death behind them, then all of a sudden,
I want to be in charge of that. Is all I'm saying. This case, I absolutely have nothing in control with it because I am not in control with what's going on. If you put me in that situation where I literally have no idea what the fuck is going on, then I cannot do that job because I literally don't know. I have no idea what that job is about.
This goes there, right? Oh shit! You just massacred a village.
Yeah, that's it, man. You're getting a country. I mean, it just sounds like you're the. What was that guy I was talking about just the article or two ago about
the Philippines president?
Yeah,
he has no idea what he's doing. He's
just going off.
It sounds like a Pathfinder thing, doesn't it?
Yeah,
I become president of tribe or something.
That's how fucking Valorous runs Ash Point. Which used to be Sandpoint, but he renamed it Ash Point because fuck it.
Because everything burned down.
He obeys.
And head soccer's a thing.
Yeah. Among the powerful statistics the campaign site points out, based on leanin.org's research, people with mentors are more likely to get promoted. Women are 24% less likely than men to get advice from senior leaders. Because 62% of women of color say they lack that lack of an influential mentor holds them back. Does it seem like you're trying to beat a dead horse and it's scaring everyone away?
Yeah, because they say this, it must be true. So rather than doing what the article is intended, it actually promotes fear. And
It makes people less likely to do what's needed.
yep.
Wait. There is actually a sex disparity in the whole entirety of the species. That men are more likely to be born than females.
Well, yeah, there's always a disparity. 50-50, I always thought was like...
No, it's not 50-50. It's like more like 52-48.
Oh, yeah, I always thought 50-50 was a little bit... But, but basically people, I mean... But yeah, we're going to, Josephine has her own career ideas, but now she has to be an engineer because,
That's what we need.
Yeah, and Jim, we also need 50-50 male, so you're not allowed to do whatever the fuck it is you do. You have to be an engineer.
All right, I get to be a housewife. Good.
Yes, you get to be a housewife. Oh my god.
Jim can be my bitch.
There we go. Thought your husband said you can't afford me.
Oh, I can afford you. But if you were my house bitch, I could.
You just feed him dog food. It's okay.
No, I can feed him regular food. It would just be, a little different. The point being, though, is that, oh my God, seriously, God, if we're looking at this where we're absolutely 100% describing a difference between men and female, why the fuck are we doing that? Why are we doing that still? Why are we doing that if we need to have things to be equal? Why?
Because they don't want equal. They want to be equal,
No,
but
they
want
don't.
to be separate, but they want to be... It's basically...
It's basically they want to have their cake and eat it, too. They want all the benefits that, like, men have with none of the drawbacks men have.
It's sort of like... It's sort of like a colorblind society. Well, no, you can't be a colorblind society. You have to, be a people of culture. But if you're a colorblind society, then it's like, okay, you're whatever culture, then you can do whatever you want. It doesn't matter. But you can't be a color. You have some basically rather than just appreciating people for people.
Well, I'm just pissed right now because people continuously decide that there is a difference between male and female. That people are not people. That men and women are not people individually necessarily. That we are one or the other. And that is a bad thing. And I don't understand that.
It's a bullshit dichotomy.
Yeah.
Because you have to reinforce it in order to prove oppression. And without oppression, you can't fucking boo-hoo, pity me your way to the top.
I'm just going to keep writing porn and hope that everything gets better.
I'm just going to keep sitting here ranting and hope that everything gets worse because I like it when it gets worse. If it's better, I have nothing to rant about.
We need the Philippines president here in charge of this country.
That is a good point.
We will amend the constitution to make him president.
Mm-hmm.
or me president.
Or me.
No.
No way, I'm already God. Can God be president?
I have no hope that girls and boys will ever get to the point where they can agree with each other at all.
Well,
like, seriously, at all. But I honestly do understand that sometimes people can agree on some things that will agree, be okay.
I just don't look at it that, in that way. Just people are people and most are scum. And most deserve to be beaten to death with a trout.
No, the point is that if you all agree that we all deserve to be beaten to death with a trout, then that's a good thing, yes?
Yes.
Then 1,000 chihuahuas of doom.
Yes, and that is how we need to be.
Just imagine 1,000 little rat dogs just galloping the dust coming up and knowing that they're going to feast on you.
I will just hide because I hate chihuahuas, so.
You can't hide. They're on angel dust. They're fucking rabid.
Sandberg writes, we're going to change the power imbalance that enables so much sexual harassment in the first place.
We need to ensure that
you're
women
hot.
stop being fucking bitches about shit.
Yeah, they need to stop being bitches. But
We need to
they
ensure
want
that women understand that what might seem to be a sexual overture is not actually so.
Yeah, there's a big difference between slapping on the ass and actual groping.
Yes.
And if it is a sexual overture, beat him to death with a baseball bat. What's the problem here?
Yes, just go completely overboard for our entertainment.
Yes.
I honestly, okay, look, honestly,
Hey,
if
you
you're
got a
gonna
nice
go
shirt.
that hard, Elliot, if you're gonna go that hard for female empowerment, then yes, I absolutely will go to jail for beating somebody to death with a baseball bat.
You got a nice shirt. Pow, pow, pow. What did I...
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You said words. You died.
If you're willing to sit there and let things happen to you and let things go on around you that may be considered, according to the actual fucking normality right now, sexual harassment, then maybe you're just actually experiencing all the shit that ordinary females go on with right now.
See, that would be what Red Avorka would do. Like, someone just speaks to her, not even in a sexual way, and she just grabs a baseball bat.
Vorka.
I'm sorry, but if you guys, if females out there are in a position where they don't know how to react to stuff, if they think they're being put upon by things, if they think they're being sexually assaulted, then maybe those things might be something that they don't know how to recognize because of the fucking horrible shit that's been going on with politics right now.
We need to ensure women get more mentorship and sponsorship, not
and we
less.
need to make sure they know what the fuck is going on because, honest to God, right now.
Well, I'll tell you one way to get them more mentorship: drop the Me Too bullshit because it's been hijacked, it's been abused. It's an internet-based system. You don't think that's going to get abused, especially when people can go on faceless and whatever?
100%. Oh, hey, well, I was in this situation where, I didn't feel right. Nothing felt right.
You know how easy it is to abuse it?
That was sexual assault.
All I have to do is create a female account on Twitter, get a picture, and start writing, and that's how I can abuse it.
Mm-hmm.
And ruin people's lives.
Exactly.
I'm not going to.
But that's all it takes. It's like 30 seconds worth of work, and then boom, someone's destroyed.
Yeah, so that's the problem with the internet. It's not a... There's no way to police it.
Mm-hmm. That's how we get the stretch assignments that lead to promotions. That's how we build the networks that put us on the path to exciting opportunities. That's how we get the respect and recognition we deserve.
From who?
Exciting opportunity. Well, from the workplace.
Wait, Jim.
Yeah.
Who's Sandberg?
I have no clue.
Well, hold on here.
He's apparently part of that. Hold on.
What they're saying is basically this is the way we get promotions and get respect is by becoming mentors or getting mentored and getting advice.
Well, I'm honestly concerned because the person who literally promoted this entire last paragraph of the article is somebody called Sandberg. Who the fuck is Sandberg? Cheryl Sandberg. Okay.
She's in charge of the leanin.org.
Okay.
One of the people that did the study saying men are too terrified to give women the time of day because they don't want to get raped. That never occurred.
Okay, well, Cheryl, not every person who is male in the world is my husband. So not every person is afraid of you. So
Yay.
Well, yeah, what she's saying is they shouldn't be afraid of women.
No, God, no. Men should not be afraid of women. Women should not be afraid of men, and that is the problem.
Everyone should hate each other, though. Don't fear hate.
Yes, everyone should absolutely hate each other. That is absolutely 100% the truth. So, yes.
Welcome to the Swine Brothers advice for the world: don't fear each other, just hate each other.
Yeah. All right, let's take a break from that shit. We are but slaves of the one with horns.
Okay, I wanted Jim to read. I've been looking for this article for about 5 years now. This was the article in Kerrang, whatever.
This was really long.
This was it's really good. It's
I'm sure it is.
It's the early Norwegian black metal scene from 92, 93. This is what black metal represented back in the old days. This is what needs to come back.
In Norway, the satanic terrorists, a sinister group of neo-fascist devil worshippers, are burning down churches to the ground. One of their number, Varg Vikernes, faces a prison sentence for arson. Jason Arnott tells the story of Count Grish.
It's actually Grishnak, but they misspelled it.
Grishnak.
Grishnak, the Lord of the Rings. By the way, this is a couple months before he killed Euronymous and suffered a prison sentence.
Varg Vikernes is 20 years old now. Norwegian male who currently faces a 12-year prison sentence for arson. Vikernes was seized and charged with following a series of fire attacks that have desecrated up to 8 churches throughout the country.
Yay!
A fireman died on fighting of the blazes. The police investigators now center on the satanic terrorists, an extreme group of neo-fascist devil worshippers led by Euronymous, a known associate of Vikernes.
Known associate and later murder victim.
Yeah.
There's that great Mayhem album where Euronymous is on guitar and Vikernes is playing on bass. And there's a great fucking the murderer and the victim on fucking the same album. It's a weird feeling.
Vikernes fronts black metal band Burzum under the name Count Grishnak.
I really can't spell that name right.
Yeah. Based in Bergen, a large town on the west coast of Norway, Burzum are one of a number of extreme satanic metal bands inspired by the hateful imagery and brutal music of Venom and Bathory, the recognized pioneers of black metal. It is in Norway that black metal has become a national menace. That's great after that last article we read.
With the Antifa and all that?
Yeah. Vikernes' arrest has revealed a network of bands actively involved in satanic ritual and vandalism. Who doesn't like vandalism?
Hey, vandalism.
Vikernes names 3 Norwegian bands at the center of the black metal underground. Burzum, which translates to the darkness, Mayhem, who are led by Euronymous, and Darkthrone, plus 2 American acts, Deicide and the little-known Vaughn. Oh, we reviewed Vaughn. That was good shit.
We did review Vaughn, and of course you know who Deicide is.
Oh, yeah. If you don't, you're not that metal.
Christian!
Vikernes spells out the latter's name, V for victory, O for orgasm, and N for Nazis.
Now, this was actually just a he was actually saying, because Vaughn is a sort of a weird name. So he was actually saying, well, V like victory, O like, orgasm, and Vaughn is actually an old ancient pagan term. But Jason Arnott's a fucking moron who misunderstood that he was actually spelling it out for them.
Yeah. Deicide frontman Glenn Benton is currently black metal's most prominent figure.
Well,
death metal.
I guess if you follow certain people who think that black metal is any music with a satanic concept, then I guess he's black metal, but yeah, musically death metal.
Yeah. He admits to torturing animals for pleasure, endorses child sacrifice, and regularly brands an inverted cross into his forehead. Yet for all their satanic preaching, Benton and Deicide have not taken tangible anti-Christian action.
As far as I know, he never actually tortured any animals. He said that to basically be extreme. He does like to hunt, though.
Deicide's albums are withdrawn from sale in Norway after distributors Sony Music refused to handle their product. Fuck you, Sony.
Fuck you,
Fired
Sony.
me for being big, mean, and scary looking. Fuck you, Sony.
Oh, that's where he worked?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They commented, "We can't support a band that invite to homicide, especially in the light of circumstances in Norway. Heavy metal's tradition of dark imagery have fueled Christian extremist protests for many years in the U.S. Ozzy Osbourne and Judas Priest have faced court action following allegations that their music inspired teenage suicides." I just love that.
I actually watched a documentary about that recently. I'll have to
Beautiful.
send it to you.
Yeah. Osborne's notorious track Suicide Solution is about drinking was the subject of many lawsuits despite its overtly humorous puns on alcoholism.
Right. And it's an anti-suicide song. Ozzy's pretty vocal about that.
Yeah. Yet Norway's black metal bands openly endorse suicide and murder.
What about Shining, who you don't like musically, but who said, "We think people have killed themselves to our music. We like it."
Yeah. When Mayhem's vocalist, the aptly named Dead, died in suspicious circumstances of 1991.
Suspicious he shot himself. That's not suspicious.
Euronymous was rumored to have photographed the corpse and defiled the body. Rumors Euronymous will not deny. Some of this may be true, and some of it may not.
He did photograph the corpse. In fact, you can see a pretty good photo on a bootleg. And he did send pieces of Dead's skull to a couple of his friends. One of them was Morgan Atkinson from Marduk.
Yeah, but did he have to go digging for it if he blew his own head off?
No, his skull was like right there.
Yeah, see.
He did not eat part of his brain, though, which was a rumor.
Vicards and the Satanic Terrorists are a genuine lunatic fringe to whom previous boundaries do not apply. Good.
Well, yeah, Vicuna has actually murdered someone and fucking.
I mean, he's a pansy now, but at least he did something with his
He's
life.
not even that much of a pansy. He was caught a couple years ago planning a massacre in France.
Oh.
Yeah, he was like. He and his wife were caught with like 30 guns.
Oh, beautiful. The burning church, dramatically pictured on the cover of this issue of Kerrang, it is a symbol of their intent. Writing in a black metal fanzine, Darkness, Bard Faust of another Norwegian band, Emperor, states,
He killed someone.
The old bands just sang about it. Today's bands do it.
He killed someone, and then a year after, when he was in prison, he wrote to a magazine saying, because the guy was gay, he said homosexuals are fun to put knives into.
That's great. That's just so asshole. Euronymous claims that he and Vicards are of equal standing within the Satanic Terrorist Organization. The organization has an inner circle of 10 members who manipulate and exploit a group of slaves. We could all use.
Don't you wish bands were like this evil? I mean, and like I said, they didn't just talk about it; they did it. It wasn't just like, "Oh yeah, we're going to talk about burning churches."
Yeah, beautiful. Where was I?
Slaves.
Who appear to be little more than impressionable black metal fans. Vicards suggests that the total support for the group runs into the hundreds of people.
Which I mean, that's what broke up the circle. Basically, was people heard stories, and I think I heard that Faust killed a guy. I think I heard that Krishna, Vicards has killed a guy, and everyone started ratting on each other, and that fucking landed everyone in jail.
Yeah. They define their enemies in terms of those who oppose them religiously and those bands whom they consider unwilling to follow their extreme path. Vicards asks, why the hell don't death metal bands want to kill people?
Yeah, right. It's death metal. Well, this was sort of back in the day when death and black metal were sort of interchangeable, and Euronymous described death metal as bands who worship death, not just bands who sing about it, but bands who literally worship death. And black metal is any music; it could be fucking, Coven, but as any music that has a satanic concept. So that's why Deicide's labeled as black metal back then, because they had a satanic concept. Musically, and that's like, I don't consider Immortal black metal. Musically, they fit, but they never sang about Satan. It was always about winter and demons. I love Immortal, but I've never really considered them black metal.
Vickers is currently free on bail on 2 counts of arson. I've been accused of child abuse, church burnings, possession of illegal weapons, a lot of things, he states. They also claim that I have, what shall I say, pushed others to do things for me.
That does sound like something Varg would say.
With arson. Mm-hmm.
That does sound like what he'd say.
I do not wish to comment on me being guilty or not, says Vickers in his quiet, cold voice. It would not be too intelligent for me to talk about that. I have a very good lawyer, Tor Erling, not available for comment. And that's why I'm out on bail.
And shortly to be rearrested for murdering the other guy.
He's advised me not to talk too much about it. The Burzum flyer features a photograph of the remains of a burnout church.
He also made cigarette lighters with the photographs of the church he burnt on them. I want one.
I do too. Vickers claims that it is a hymn to church burning. I love that. Although he will not accept a tacit admission of his guilt. It's saying, do this. You can do this. And we convert the souls of kids with our music. What?
He's saying you can do this too.
Yes.
Well, on a picture of a church burning.
Yeah.
Basically, he's saying... Well, he's also talking about the album, the new EP, which the title translates to Ashes and has the cover of the burnt out church. And I mean, now you know why I love black metal so much. It's just...
Well, the problem is that people are saying this as a way to... how do you put it? Encourage ordinary people to burn down churches.
You're advising people to burn churches? Yes.
That's what he's saying. Yes, that's what I'm getting from it. Anyway.
And he said flat out, yes, of course, but I won't be jailed because they can't prove anything.
Well, no, I'm not saying that this person is actually saying explicitly that they should burn churches. I'm just saying that he
just did right here. This is direct quote from him.
Yes, he puts out explicit imagery that says, "Hey, this church is burning. Maybe you should do it too."
Yeah, that's exactly what he's saying. He wants them to do it.
Yes,
it doesn't mean go burn down a goddamn church, though. No, that doesn't mean that.
No, but he just explicitly said, "Yes, I want people to burn churches." read the question and answer again.
Oh.
You're advising people to burn churches? Answer: yes, of course, but I won't be jailed because they can't prove anything. My biggest problem is avoiding being put into a madhouse. There's a lot of shrinks trying to put me into a mental hospital. That's the real problem. Everything else is no big deal right now. I'll go to prison, just don't send me to a nut house.
There's an interesting, because they never burned churches with their people in them. It was always when, it was at night. And they did it because it was basically trying to say a lot of these churches were on, pagan holy sites, basically saying, you guys talk about the culture. Let's you guys talk about what a rich culture we have. Let's burn down this and dig under it and see what kind of culture we have. Plus, church fires are just fucking beautiful.
Yes, they are.
Fires in general are beautiful. I have nothing to argue. No, it doesn't matter what's on fire. Everything on fire is beautiful.
Hey, I support burning churches.
I support setting everything on fire.
Anything that goes on fire is fucking beautiful.
So, why are you against burning churches then?
Well, Because, in general, when churches go on fire, it means that somebody specifically puts them on fire, and that is a bad thing. Okay.
Just trying to make certain we don't get sued here.
You guys are not okay. You guys are not as reverent as I am. All right.
Okay.
I will say that 100%. I will not fuck with the church. Okay. My problem is that I don't have any problem whatsoever with churches in general because I personally find that religion is fucking beautiful. It gives us so much brutality, and you have to look at it that way. You know, it gives us so much shit that could go on. So many horrible things. The blood and the body and everything. You're eating Christ for fuck's sake.
This is a long article, so but I have to say, I enjoy churches.
Yes, I enjoy churches.
No, I enjoy churches.
Fun, yes.
Back when I was a kid, Jim. Back when I was a kid with Puke, we really enjoyed churches. We enjoyed them so much we would break into them at night and steal everything they had. I mean, we got great PAs, great guitars, great bass, great drums, and fuck, I pissed in the holy
I can appreciate that, but you know, there's nothing like going to a good hell-brand preacher and just listening to him list off all the ways you're going to hell. It's like just instant entertainment.
Well, I mean, Jim,
you guys are sitting here trying to think about ways to steal just the physicality of the God itself, and I'm sitting here just thinking of ways to steal God from the preachers. So
well, the thing is, guys, we had a band and we didn't have instruments, and they had instruments.
And he's the one talking about stealing from a church. I'm talking about hell-brand preachers and how entertaining they are.
We got a great PA, and I pissed in the holy water.
I want to steal God from the preachers themselves, not necessarily God from the location.
Well, I wasn't even thinking about stealing God. I was just thinking about stealing a PA. Anyway, continue the article because it's sort of a long one.
The police officer in charge of the inquiry into Vicker's alleged activities, Chief Inspector Krogvold, suggests the investigation is bigger than Vickers perhaps believes. But he also concedes that even though Vickers has appeared in Norwegian newspaper interviews admitting that he'd participated in church burnings, the police still have to still produce real evidence in order to convict them.
Fantastic. They still really haven't. I mean, they convicted him out of hearsay, but he got most of his jail time for, killing his friend.
Yeah. Vickers has a reason, a rationale for his support of church burning. We support Christianity because it oppresses people, and we burn churches to make it stronger. We can then eventually make war with it. We will destroy you to make you stronger so we can go to war with you. That sounds great.
That sounds like something I can support.
That sounds like something you need something to replace.
Well, Satan.
Human beings are worthless and stupid, he scowled.
Oh, yes, but you have to have something to replace Christianity.
Satan, obviously.
They're not supposed to think. They're supposed to follow a god or a leader. I support all dictatorships. Stalin, Hitler. I can't pronounce that. Ceausescu. Okay. I'm not familiar with that one.
Romania.
Okay. And I will become the dictator of Scandinavia myself. I'm a Viking, and we're supposed to fight, make war, not love, right? A tiny bit of the Viking spirit lives on, and I'm part of it. I hate peace and love. Fucking stupid people walk around loving each other. We're supposed to make war.
Oh, well, that's absolutely fucking retarded because fucking Vikings actually had laws against divorce and so on and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, but what he's saying is basically warrior.
His apparent lack of morals is extraordinary.
Oh, it just tells you that metal. has been around since. Oh God, since
Well,
like
that's what the article says. Yeah.
it just tells you metal has been here since fucking forever.
Oh yeah.
On the subject of murder, he comments, the only negative thing about it is that when you kill someone, they can no longer suffer. I
I like that. That's why we didn't kill Vinny. I mean, not Vinny. What's his name? The fucker in Fallout New Vegas.
Oh,
yeah.
Benny.
Benny.
I love
I always get Vinny and Benny mixed up. That's
Okay,
why we didn't kill Benny.
No, listen. Okay, I like Benny. I hate him, but I love him.
That's good.
He made me stupid. Me crucify him.
Oh yes, he's absolutely fucking stupid. Now what the heck? I just want to kill him.
Before Benny, like, we were a smart pillar of society. After the headshot, our intelligence went down to 1 and we became a sociopath.
Yeah, and just started eating people before we even did fucking Ghost Town gunfight.
No memory of anything. Just so me, stupid. Me crucify you.
No, okay. Let me put this way. Okay, Benny has an intelligence of 3.
All right, have an intelligence of 1.
If you consider that anybody in the wasteland has a greater intelligence, more than 3, those people are able to do, like so much more shit than Benny did.
Oh yeah, obviously.
So, how could you not like him? He's fucking stupid as fuck.
Well, it's not that. It's just crucifixion was an option, and we took it. Anyway, Jim.
And the entire reason we sided with the Legion at first was just so we could sell Arcade. After we sold him, he shot at us, and we didn't care.
We killed everyone except him.
As the only survivor in the fort. I think we even killed Benny then. It's like, time to eat you.
I'd rather have Benny than Arcade, to be honest.
Yeah. We enjoy people suffering, so if we kill them, they won't suffer anymore. But in general, murder is very good and positive.
Yay, I like this.
Vicaron's parents are atheists, and Euronymous implies the same without being specific. They both cite Venom and Bathory as early influences, although they're aware that neither band were involved in Satanism in practice. They chose to believe otherwise.
Fuck you.
Euronymous states that the terrorists continue to draw on the extreme hatred of the first 3 Venom albums. It gives us power. I don't know what went on in Venom's heads at the time, he continues, but I do know of 6 people who have died as a more or less direct result of Venom's existence. One was the mother of the guitar player in NME, a U.S. band who released their Unholy Death album in 1985. He stabbed his mother to death with scissors because of Venom.
Now, this is actually not true. The story was he was either insane or took a lot of drugs. I'm not sure. But he was convinced that he was a robot. And he wanted to see if his stepmother was a robot as well.
So the best way to do that is to skin her. Okay.
He later committed suicide about 20 years later, but he did come back from prison and apparently still recorded music.
I hope Venom know about this and they think it's terrible. It's their legacy. Ex-Venom frontman Kronos denies these suggestions entirely. When you talk about Satanism relating to Venom, it's about worshiping yourself, giving yourself freedom of choice of love and hate, good and evil, says Kronos, now fronting his own band and working as a fitness instructor. It's not about being beholden to a deity. It's about being the best you can be.
Evil in league with Satan.
All of this is very sad. Fighting and killing people is going back in time, trying to impose your ideas by violence. That's what Hitler did to the Jews.
No, actually, he just sort of killed him.
Yeah, he did just kill him.
He didn't really try to impose any sort of idea, just sort of
Yeah. They'll get no respect for their actions, he condemns. They've stepped over the line.
good.
You're all-
We need people to step over the line. Now we just have like black metal bands. We can't play in this state anymore. Fucking burn the concert hall down. Not that I'm advocating that.
Yeah, for legal reasons.
Yeah.
Euronymous is the godfather of the Norwegian black metal scene, playing guitar in Mayhem and running a black metal record shop called Hell. He also controls the Death Like Silence label, signing only bands that represent total evil.
Total evil.
Euronymous formed Mayhem in 1984. After the release of their Pure Fucking Armageddon demo, they recorded the Death Crush album, which is due to be released through Plastic Head distribution shortly.
Yes. Great album. Death Crust. Chainsaw Gutsfuck.
The band's first album in 6 years, The Mysterious Dom Sathanis, Lord Satan's Secret Rites, is almost imminent. Singer Dead's apparent suicide in the spring of 1991 contributed to the delay.
Yes. And then Necro Butcher left because of that on bass. And so Varg played bass with the band, and they got a Hungarian guy. It's a great album because, like I said, on guitar you have a guy who was killed, and on bass you have his victim. And Hellhammer was his murderer. And in Hellhammer, the drummer was asked by his parents to re-record the bass, but he didn't because he liked the atmosphere of murderer and victim.
Yeah. Euronymous relates the story coldly. Rumors say we killed him, took photographs of him, and used bits of his skull for necklaces, the 25-year-old admits. But he really did kill himself. Dead was a very special person with an extreme personality. Not even we knew him fully. He was always in the forest, and he just left a letter saying he belonged there. He believed that he was not of this world.
Oh, shit.
His letter actually said, "Excuse all the blood," which I love. That's the best suicide. Excuse all the blood.
He did a great promotion for Mayhem. When he killed himself, he became a great cult. A legend. That's great promotion.
I'm sure he didn't mean for that to happen. Most people, when they commit suicide like that, they just want to go.
I don't think he cared, to be honest.
They don't want to be here no more. They just want to go.
But Dead was a great person. He used to wear a T-shirt with funeral announcements printed on it.
I'm just saying.
Every time he would sing in the studio, he would have to smell a bag of crows that he found that were dead.
I don't care if people die, not even within my own circle. I have no feelings left. He was a great vocalist, but vocalists can always be replaced. What he did was the greatest sacrifice, and Mayhem only gained from it.
Which is prophetic, seeing as his fate about 6 months later was...
Yeah. It would be very stupid if I did things myself. If I was caught, the whole organization would collapse. I look after the economic side of things, and my record labels provide the foundations. We have a group of militant people that care of things that need to be taken care of.
Things that need to be taken care of.
Therion is a good example, he bristles. They claim to be death metal, and I see that as a great scorn towards everything we stand for. They preach love and family life, and our religion says we have to destroy this.
Yes, Therion had really horrible lyrics when they were a death metal band, like Coca-Cola burns the woods.
Wait, okay. He says, we need to destroy this. Why?
Because they're playing death metal and singing about life and Coca-Cola burns the woods.
Oh.
Basically they're posers. Now Therion actually got a lot more interesting when they dropped the death metal and became a symphonic operatic metal band who sang about occultism. Once they got rid of death metal, they also dropped the socio-political bullshit.
It will be easy to take care of bands like Therion first. We won't rest until they are either dead or have split up.
They did leave the scene, so.
Of aside, Hieronymus comments, they are very commercial, and so will make people more interested in black metal, he reasons. When their fans grow bored of them and seek music with more quality, they will come to us. We will drag them even further into damnation.
Come to us.
It was rumored that Vikernes had burned down the house of Therian vocalist Chrysopher's, but the reality is less dramatic.
Yes, the reality.
Christopher claims Vikernes' girlfriend, Suvi Purin, merely pinned a Burzum album to the rear wall of his house with a knife, then set fire to a small portion of the back door. Christopher was in Germany at the time.
Not actually girlfriend.
Dude, if your girlfriend does something nice for you, you don't say that has anything to do with anything whatsoever. You just, oh hell, that's just romantic.
Well,
Come on, man.
She wasn't exactly his girlfriend. She was a Swedish woman who they talked to in by letter. She fell in love with the persona of the Count, but apparently was sort of mentally ill. She wrote something to the effect of like, "I want a knife, a sharp knife." And she
okay. So, Elliot, if I set your house on fire outside of your house, if I set your house on fire and you don't know it's me, but you have a suspicion that it's me, and I still manage to, get away because, I'm sneaky like that.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, the thing is, Burzum and Therion had arguments, and so it could be
Are you going to blame it on me, though?
It could be that Varg told the girl, because Varg didn't do it. It was the girl who did it. She was in love with.
That's what I'm saying. Are you going to blame it on me if I go to your house and I set something on fire?
If you fall in love with one of my enemies and want to impress yourself,
not even one of your enemies. What if I fall in love with you?
Well, I'm saying this is what happened. She fell in love with Vikernes and. This is one of Varg's rivals, this Christopher Janssen. And so she did this on her own. But, I think she spent a year in mental hospital.
Good. I'm not afraid, he sneered. Count sent his girlfriend over to do his work for him. Who will he send next? His dog?
Hey, my dog's...
What?
My dog is barking at death.
British doom metal band Paradise Lost were also victims of satanic terrorist aggression. While on tour in Norway, the band's tour bus was set up upon by black metal followers.
Well, good, because they pussied out.
They're fucking nuts, exclaims Paradise Lost singer Nick Holmes. But the attack on us was blown out of proportion a bit. The little disciples are all about 10 years old. Fucking embryos.
Embryos.
It is quite frightening, he considers. It's a Manson-type cult thing. It's like the fucking Nazis in East Germany. The same kind of power game.
What? So then you decided that you didn't want to play death metal anymore and wanted to play gothic rock.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want babies to be able to,
I want babies to be able to wield machine guns.
That would be awesome. Hurl babies at people.
Well, that's literally the point here, is that if you don't know what you're going to be able to do, then you have to give out a widespread, option. Who's going to do this and who is able to do so?
The Count will not go to jail, assures Euronymous. They have no proof and no witnesses, because no one dares to be a witness. If someone fucks with one of our people, they will get the rest of us on their necks. There is no such thing as mindless violence, comment Vikernes. Wow, that's a lot of noise.
Yeah.
That you're making a lot of noise.
No more.
Okay. There's no such thing as mindless violence, common victims. Just walk down the street. Are you done? Just to walk down the street and kick a boy is stimulating. Whenever I go out, I always have guns, he discloses. Right now, I'm wearing a chainmail and have a big knife. People don't dare to attack us, and if they do, they never survive. We are the Vikings who kill for our own pleasure. We are not the fucking humanitarian Red Cross idiots.
I just love the way this guy phrases things.
I know. Euronymous promises an escalation in satanic terrorism. We have done nothing yet. He warns that bands touring Norway may be at serious risk in the future. We are but slaves of the one with horns. We are religious people, and a total obedience is a fundamental concept for us. I'm a piece of dust in the whole cosmos compared to him. What happens to us doesn't matter. If I had a great enough reason to kill, I'd gladly serve 20 years in jail.
Which Vikernes would.
Yeah. This is why our enemies should take us very seriously in the future. We have nothing to lose. I predict a new dark age.
I want a new dark age.
We all like the dark age.
Witch burning needs to be back, but instead we just burned Christians.
All right.
What? What, Jim?
I said, all right. Gambling firms defy calls to stamp out sexist behavior at event.
Stomp on people. Curb stomp them.
Gambling companies have defied calls to stamp out sexism at an industry conference, with guests being entertained by pole dancers and a Playboy-themed show.
Wait. Does that mean that their noodles big?
That actually surprises me, because this is a very wholesome, Christian organization here. Also, it's a scam, but.
Well, I want to see boobs flapping every which way. I also want to see dicks flapping every which way. So,
if you're going to an Amway convention, you're going to see a lot of dicks.
Well, that doesn't mean humanity. It means actual physical personality. So,
and hostesses claiming to have been harassed and propositioned.
Yeah, that's what happens.
The ICE Total Gaming Convention held at London's Excel Centre drew a warning earlier this week from the UK gambling regulator. The Gambling Commission's chief executive, Sarah Harrison, threatened to boycott the event, at which she said women were expected to wear nothing more than swimsuits.
Well, I assume they have, shoes.
Less than 24 hours later, the gaming software company Microgaming kicked off the conference with a Playboy-themed dance show, celebrating the release of a gambling game based on the Glamour magazine.
Yeehaw. I mean, I don't know. It's. I've never really been interested in that sort of over,
Another gambling company, Antifa, hosted a popular stand at which pole dancers entertained a mostly male audience. Some of whom filmed the show on their phones and had pictures taken with the women.
It's gambling. What do you expect?
The dancers, who wore high heels, fishnet stockings, and lingerie, performed in front of a screen featuring words such as provocative and sensual. I love how they're trying to frame this as welcome to Satan. This is nothing.
It's gambling. I mean, gambling and sex has always gone hand in hand.
Yep.
One woman at another stand, who said she had been hired as a hostess on a daily rate of £100, said somebody asked me yesterday how much I would charge, indicating that the request referred to sex. Well, duh.
Oh, yeah.
Do you
just
need
tell
to
them to piss off.
explain that?
You just tell them to piss off.
Yeah. She said the event was the closest thing to the President's Club dinner that she had worked at, a reference to the now defunct men-only event attended by politicians, businessmen, and celebrities, at which hostesses were allegedly groped and propositioned. Asked what her job was at the gaming conference, she replied, "Just stand there." So you're paid $100 a day to just stand there.
Nice work if you can get it. Of course, I get bored.
Paid $100 a day just to stand there.
Yeah, I see you would until the third day when you're like, God damn it, I'm bored.
I know. Two other women wearing thongs and body paint said they had been provided by a hostess agency to work alongside 250 to 300 women from at least 6 agencies. They said they had experienced unwanted physical contact from men at the conference. Murder Avenue.
I don't think it's murder.
These are guys who try and touch you when they're getting your picture taken with them, said one. You've just got to deal with it and say, "Get off me." Wow, sensible advice.
Or you could do what I would do and just whip out a baseball bat and start beating people to death. Touch me now, bitch. Touch me now.
I'm touching you in your privates, just like you wanted with this
oh, God, help.
Oh, well, at least you're touching Jim because I won't, so.
You're not touching me anymore? Okay. A pair of hostesses handing out leaflets said the men working with them at the event treat us like princesses. But they added that women signed up to different agencies were expected to go to greater lengths. Bong, chicka, wow, wow.
Princess of the Death. Princess of Death.
Some of the girls are in fetish gear with collars. Over the other side, it's more underwear and stuff.
Underwear and stuff?
Yeah.
They have stuff.
She's packing heat in those panties. It's a 6-inch cock. Oh. Hostesses were paid anything between 8 and 15 pounds an hour. At another stand, 2 Czech models said they sometimes experience sexually inappropriate behavior, but they declined to talk about it or say which agency they worked for because they had signed a non-disclosure agreement. We're trying to rat them out, but we can't. Fuck. Several gambling industry sources who had attended the event in the past said it had been toned down. It was a lot crazier in days past.
Of course.
Crazy.
I have no idea what the hell you're doing. What the hell are you doing? What are you doing?
Nothing.
The conference also included a small stand hosted by the All In Diversity Project, which describes itself as an industry-driven initiative to benchmark diversity, equality, and inclusion for the global betting and gaming sector.
Yeah, I'm sure they're not actually sitting there watching every goddamn thing that's going on.
Well, maybe they are on the surveillance cameras. You see a guy whacking off in the background, just I'm surveillancing.
No, I guess they're just poorly getting an outcome from that.
I just love this next slide. There was nobody at the stall when the Guardian passed by several times, but it featured a blackboard inviting people to add the phrase, "The way to equality is," underneath That phrase someone had written, less promo girls. Oh, you want to rip people out of their jobs.
What about gas the
$100
Jews?
just to stand there. What?
The way to equality is gas the Jews. Oh shit!
Who the fuck did this? Ah! And their heads explode and everyone dies.
Yes.
Most of the people seated at the tables behind the exhibition stands where the conference visitors met to discuss business and drum up trade were men in suits. No cocks dangling everywhere.
Good God, man.
There were no cocks here. Oh my God.
You're a cock, Jim.
But the stands were...
Oh, that's shameful.
Yeah. But the stands were mostly fronted by scantily clad hostesses in themed costumes, some of whom told The Guardian they had been hired for the day from professional model and hostess agencies.
Oh, heck.
Well, yeah, that's what people like, apparently. I like it when people leave me alone, but some people like to look at women. I don't know.
Yeah.
On Monday, Harrison warned that the Gambling Commission would boycott the ICE Totally Gaming Conference if it did not stamp out sexism. She told companies attending the conference to be aware of the potential of a significant stain on the industry's reputation.
Gambling has no reputation.
You take stupid people's money. That's it.
And stupid people like to look at tits and ass.
I'm sure there are more specific ways of dealing with gambling that we are not particularly aware of.
Like firebombing everyone?
Yep.
Yes, the firebomb relay. Come on, 000.
I'm just saying, there's got to be ways that, there's got to be things that we are not particularly aware of, and yeah, okay, you guys do your own thing. Just keep contributing to the destruction of society. Yeah?
Okay.
Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
This is an industry where we have a number of talented, powerful, and successful women. Name one.
Yeah, I don't know enough about gambling to actually say that, so...
Bitch McGee.
Bitch Tits McGee? I thought that was a dude.
Wait, we gotta have a red versus blue. Not you, I call you Mrs. McCrabby.
There we go. Yet from walking around the exhibition, you wouldn't know this. Instead, you saw men representing their companies wearing expensive tailored suits, whilst their female colleagues were expected to wear nothing more than swimsuits. They're not colleagues. They were fucking chicks hired.
I fucking, when we played Magical Diary and Jim changed you mean he grabs women? Yes.
You know what? I feel like this is half the problem that the feminists have with men in general, is that every time they get on with this kind of situation, that everybody that they run into is just male.
Well, I mean, they're not colleagues. They're fucking people who work for the thing.
Well, no, that's the point, is that these women see these guys, and these guys are doing things that they can do, and they're like, oh, well, these aren't my colleagues. They're just, people I'm in competition with. And then they fight it. And then we get all that bullshit about, everything.
Well, it's just a different way to get to the top. If you fucking knock out the competition before you even start, then you're a step ahead. It's fucking been happening all the time.
Well, yeah, but the problem is that women tend to think that the problem is why they cannot knock out the competition, why they can't get to the top, is because men have this boys club bullshit going on, and I honestly don't see it, but you guys tell me. I honestly don't know what the hell's going on there.
I have no idea what the fuck's going on here. This is rich people. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
This is people. I don't do well with people.
I say bring this to an end now, and to go further, any future publication by the Gambling Commission in events like this will depend on there being change.
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking about 5.
Spare change.
Like you said.
Arms for the poor. The European Casino Association and Clarion Gaming.
Jim, you and me will go make a leprosy colony. You know what?
Okay, leprosy colony, that's fine. Which organizes the ICE conference wrote an open letter to exhibitors earlier this week urging them to be aware of potential allegations of sexism in the spirit of the 21st century.
You guys lost me at leper colony.
The 21st and a half century. Duck Dodgers.
I really don't care what people think anymore.
No,
I really don't.
Wait, you guys are gonna form a leper colony?
No, look, seriously. My point is that everything we do nowadays, everything we do to make females be powerful, just revolves around the fucking leper colony. It really does.
Yeah, really. We have to section off all the men so that way the women get ahead.
Yeah. And why
the
do
women
that?
get too powerful, so now we have to section off the women's. Why don't we just kill everyone?
Why don't we just let women do what they need to do to get ahead of us?
Or why don't we just stop caring about gender?
Exactly.
Labor's deputy leader, Tom Watson, accused the gambling industry of being ignorant and called on bosses to show some moral leadership.
Or we could just, isolate people because, their limbs are falling off. Leperism. Oh, leprosy. Oh.
Well, I made some guy's limbs fall off with a chainsaw. Does that count?
No.
And stop the objectification of women, thus by sex bots.
Okay. You know what? Sex bots, they don't have personality. It's like fucking being in high school again.
Wait. I hear that we have male sex bots now.
Yes, and you can get it up to a 20-inch cup.
I'm curious, but I'm also fucking terrified of robots. So one of you two are going to have to, look for that for me.
Okay, fine.
Does not compute. I mean, okay.
I'm not buying it. I'm not touching it. And you can.
Yeah, we know what you like, Jimmy boy. We know what you like, Jim.
The gambling industry claims to be responsible, but this sexist and chauvinistic behavior has the evident approval of the men at the top.
Wait,
fucking sex bots.
The sex bots at the top.
The sex bots. It's an Illuminati style conspiracy theory. The world under the control of self-aware sex bots.
Okay, but only if I get to, actually model their penises on the people that I like. So,
no comment.
He added, after the President's Club scandal, you'd expect even the most unreconstructed businesses to realize they should stop treating women as objects.
Oh, like women like women are treating you guys as objects. Fucking sake, come on.
Oh, God. Dated chicks.
Programmed with,
I have dated chicks that could mean nothing more than like a cock on a stick.
Mm-hmm.
God.
Programmed with many of his best phrases, like set babies on fire.
Yes, babies on fire.
No. Jim has got a point here. A lot of women will treat you basically just like disposable sex.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing wrong with that necessarily, but if that's not what you want, then why would you stick around for that?
I want to be treated like death.
Okay, so I basically just treat you like what I already treat you like.
Yeah.
That I don't fucking care. Get out, Elliot. Fuck off.
No, it's my show. I rule you all.
Exactly. That is the entire point.
Why don't you treat Jim like that? Fuck him.
Because I like Jim, kinda.
How?
How? Well, Jim gives me ideas.
Well, son of a bitch is unlikable. I mean, he's only here because he's the newsreader.
Well, I could be the newsreader if you let me.
Jim, you're fired.
But it seems this industry is ignorant enough to not clean up its act. It's about time gambling.
Oh, see, no, Jim is trying to
leadership of vice and booze and cigarettes. And just everything that, everyone bitches about because it's gambling. You need moral leadership there.
Moral leadership in Swine Brothers. I'm your moral leader.
See, I told you. He's trying to take over the role there.
Now, here, you guys got to be less moral. You guys are too fucking moral.
No, I don't know anything about Jim, but I am absolutely 100% moral. No.
I'm immoral.
Dun, dun, dun. I am corruptor.
Jim can't.
I'll fight Jim for it.
Okay.
Moral leadership and put it off. Labor MP Carolyn Harris also called for an end to the hostess culture. Put all the bitches out of work.
No, Jim, stop. We need to end the hostess culture. Never again can people buy Twinkies, Ding Dongs, or any other hostess snacks.
Oh. Not the hostess culture they're talking about. Come on now.
I thought it was funny.
You're lame.
I'm
very disappointed that we have not learned the lesson of the President's Club debacle. It is never acceptable for any woman to be exploited in this way, and I had hoped that we had left all this voyeurism.
Seedy voyeurism.
Voyeurism's fun.
Seedy voyeurism in the dark past where it belongs.
Yes. We really must move on from this unacceptable behavior and stop treating women as objects.
I don't treat people as objects. I treat women as the same as men.
Get 3 asses in a row. 3 asses in a row. Clarion, the event's organizer, said in a statement, ICE London has been working with the European Casino Association to encourage respectful representation of women on exhibition stands. This program started in 2016 and will continue. Okay,
well, here's my favoriteest part. After that is literally a picture of 9 asses. Just
March.
Yeah, it's a slot machine of asses. You get 3 asses in a row, you win.
Oh, yes. Look, okay. Look, I'm not going to say anything against people enjoying butts, because butts are particularly attractive. So are boobs. I have no problem whatsoever with people liking boobs. But when you put them in a fucking slot machine...
asses are just a metaphor for talking to people. Might as well be your face. Just shit comes
I'm just saying that honestly feels like that is just the worst. Come on, don't do that, please.
Oh, come on. They want to rub one out while they're losing all their money on a slot machine.
If you're doing that in a hentai game, I don't care.
Woohoo, hentai.
I think hentai should be real life, but
they should have hentai, tentacle hentai slots.
Oh hell, I'd play that game.
There we go. Just
we're here to help people.
I win.
We're here to help. This is our solution for peace.
Don't ask. I would totally play that game though.
I like evil.
I'm just saying.
The company added, ICE London has featured educational initiatives on diversity and inclusion organized in partnership with Global Gaming Women, an organization that delivers programs that support, inspire, and influence the development of women in the gaming and lottery industries.
Okay.
Okay.
You will take stupid people's money. You want to
Okay,
know
but
strippers.
Can I also have hot boy butts and, abs and so on?
No, you get me.
Oh, God's sake.
Actually,
no.
I will say this. Some of the bars and shit that have the slot machines for tickets or just for entertainment, they let you select if you want to see a bunch of chicks, getting scantily clad, or you want to see a bunch of dudes scantily clad.
No, you get
some
me.
actually go complete porn, showing you.
This is what you get.
I just want to see abs and the stomach muscles,
Oh yeah, I got stomach muscles. I got stomach. They're just very flabby.
Oh, screw you!
Contacted Microgaming and Dorfina for comment. At the time of publication, neither had responded. Evidence of sexism at the largest gambling industry conference in the world emerged amid fierce debate about the use of women to provide hospitality.
Like it doesn't happen.
No one should meet. Everyone should just do everything by the internet now.
Women are just as sexist as men. Trust me.
Here you go, Elliot. Formula One recently replaced its grid girls employed to hold signs displaying sponsor logos and drivers' names with grid kids.
Right, and this followed a lot of letters from grid girls and other series saying we love our job, but a feminist appeared on This Morning, which is a British show, and basically talked about how women were being objectified. So even though a bunch of grid girls, even though a bunch of grid girls came and said we don't feel objectified, they still did this.
Oh yes, their jobs, those girls' jobs rely on them being sexy, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, I mean, I have weird tastes, so I wouldn't mind.
No, it doesn't matter what you think. What matters is what the public perception thinks. If those girls' jobs are 100%, secure, then they have them. Yes.
Well, Jim, I mean, I'm just as fucked up. So I wouldn't mind seeing a bunch of bigger, strippers and shit. But hey,
I'd like to see a bunch of strippers. Damn.
We read that article about Nolan Bushnell. And how someone that wasn't even alive at the time Atari was starting out and getting big and shit was sitting there saying that he was fucking assaulting them with the Me Too hashtag. And then every single woman that worked under him during that time said this shit bitch is on crack. Don't listen to her. Why are you taking away this award he earned? Blah, blah, blah. You weren't there. Fuck you. But still, they took away the award because you have to listen to the bitch complaining sexism and not listen to any that wasn't even born at the time, instead of paying attention to all the women that actually worked under him during the period.
So, it's the same here where they're listening to a feminist complaining who has nothing to do with motorsport. Meanwhile, I mean, I don't give a shit about the grid girls personally. I can't see, and I'd rather look at interesting race cars, but if they like what they're doing, then they should keep doing what they're doing. I mean, they're not that, it's not like they're stripping off for fucking.
Well, that was literally what I was saying there. Anyone who actually says that they are perfectly fine with being your grid girls, that's fine. That's your job. Hell, fucking yeah. I am not going to complain about anyone making money for being sexy. Why would you ever do that? Why?
I'm making money for being fat and ugly.
Oh, yeah. But fucking Jim's being just the Jim. But you know what I mean? It's seriously, why would you ever complain about somebody making money for doing things that people want to pay the money for?
Because equality.
Seriously, why would you ever complain about somebody wanting to pay money for something that people want to have money for?
Because equality, and there are
Oh
good
my
guys.
God.
Whenever there are like female racers or riders, there are good guys.
No, because listen, if people pay you money to be sexy, then you be fucking sexy, and don't complain about anything about these fucking stupid ass fucking feminists talking about, oh well, we shouldn't let people define us by our bodies, blah blah blah. If we did that, then oh my God, me and Jim would be so fucked.
Yes, and so would I, and I don't care.
But you get what I'm saying.
Yes.
It would be absolutely shit.
Darts events have also moved to end the use of walk-on girls who were hired to escort players to the OG or whatever.
Yeah, it's so now they're gonna have grid kids, which they're trying to get kids back into motor racing. So I guess cool that get to get up there and see the cars up close. I would have killed for that when I was a kid. I would have actually killed for that. Then again, I would kill for just about anything.
And one last article.
Okay.
Woman assumes Olympics fan is flying a Confederate flag. It was Norwegian.
We did 2 Norwegian. That story about the satanic terror. I mean, the goddamn satanic terrorist Jim from the Confederacy. Mark Vikernes, a goddamn Christian.
Heritage, not hate, right?
Yeah. No, hate, not heritage. Fuck them.
A news tip earlier this week reported a Confederate flag flying beneath an American flag in the Greenwood neighborhood of Seattle, Washington.
First of all, it shouldn't matter that you're flying a Confederate flag, but whatever.
Yeah, it should.
What? I'm kind of confused. Why is this person flying in a Norwegian flag?
Probably because they want to show pride from where they came from.
No, the Olympics are happening.
Oh, yes, but also why?
I tried to get a Swedish flag to support Sweden in the Olympics just to piss off my dad who likes the U.S. team.
Okay.
This was actually discovered to be a mistake because the red and blue striped flag was actually a Norwegian flag. See what happens when you don't actually display the thing? People can't tell.
Okay. We don't know what the hell's going on, so what the heck is that? Oh my God, it must be Confederate.
Dixie's Norway's national anthem.
The Seattle Times received the following tip from New York Times best-selling author Rebecca Morris. A best-selling author?
Best-selling author.
Do we know this lady?
After
I've heard her name.
Believed that she saw a Confederate flag.
I've heard the name every now and then.
She put her name in there specific for this, so
she's a best-selling author.
It's gotta shame her.
Yeah, her books are shit, probably. Why? Suddenly there's a Confederate flag flying in front of a house in my Greenwood neighborhood. It is at northeast corner of 92nd and Palatine, just a block west of 92nd and Greenwood Avenue North. I would love to know what this means, but of course don't want to knock on their door. Maybe others in the area are flying the flag. Maybe it's a story. Thank you. Oh. However, a more thorough examination revealed it was actually a Norwegian flag was flying at the house of Donald Norman Strangeland, who raised it at the start of this year's Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang, South Korea.
Yeah.
As an homage to his Norwegian-American background, his parents immigrated to the U.S. in the mid-1950s.
Good for him.
Yeah, I just root for the European teams because, fuck America.
When Morris found out that she had mistaken the flags, she pointed to the current political climate as a possible reason for a mix-up. I am afraid I must virtue signal every chance I get.
Nah, she said, maybe that's a story. We're so stressed by all things political that we see things that aren't there because we don't actually fucking understand what the hell is going on in the actual
I don't think the political
world.
Is stressful. Second of all, I don't care if you're flying a Confederate flag.
Yeah, go for it. Half the bars I've been to that were actually half decent flew it.
The Confederate flag only actually makes a deal in the United States itself. So, fuck that shit.
The other
First of
half
all,
of the
why
bars
is it any of
that
your
flew it were
business?
complete shit. Vomit on people, but
Why is it any of your business that someone's flying a Confederate flag?
But I mean, honest to God, if I started finding, like, oh, I don't know, Ghana flag, people be like, who the fuck is that?
You
I
actually
just
did
love
have
this
a
line. I love this line. Maybe that's the story she told the Seattle Times.
Mm-hmm.
We're so stressed by all things political that we see things that aren't there. No, the story is people are idiots and should stop making everything political.
Well, despite the fact that America was, I mean, I don't know, once completely and 100% accepting of all persons, of all people.
What the fuck was that? Like anarchist relationship bullshit or something?
Oh God! Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
Gentlemen, what was that thing you sent me?
About what?
About the anarchy relationship or something. What was
it? Anarchist relationship.
Where it was pretty much just like, yeah, we like each other, but you can go ahead and do what you want. They're trying to make, running around fucking people, or dating or anything political.
The idea of an anarchist relationship is that every relationship you have is separate from one another.
No, wow. I thought that was like, dating and fucking.
It has nothing to do with any of the relationships that you might have concurrent to the ones you are having now.
So basically, I mean, why not just? Oh God, I don't have the brain power right now.
Yes, it's called you gotta fucking make everything political.
It basically just means that you do what the hell you're gonna do, and you have sex with people you're gonna do, and you have relationships with people you're gonna do.
And I also fuck chipmunks.
Yes.
Shit, my
And all the crap that's gonna happen regardless just happens, and oh my God, people just need to deal with it.
Oh, by the way, Jim, I did. You're speaking of shitting in Cocoa Puffs. You're next on the Worshippers of Elliot. How cool or shit is Jim Thompson?
Oh, good. I'm gonna have to definitely put our shit in my Cocoa Puffs there.
Yes.
You don't beat me to it. Because
Yes.
I know that's going to be an open hole to hell.
That's going to be really, really hard for me to go and, actually poop on his fucking everything.
Yes.
Yes. Pooping on my everything. Okay. New to me that you actually want to do that. What the fuck?
Continue, please.
Now, Jim was talking about this thing called relationship anarchy. Relationship anarchy is basically where you basically understand every relationship that you have with any person individually as one particular relationship. So, my relationship with Jim is one thing. My relationship with Elliot is one thing. My relationship with Eric is one thing. And my relationship with Scott Vogler is one thing. You get what I'm saying.
Yeah, and they're all separate. The only problem is that can't last.
No, we cannot. And all those things have to interconnect at one point. So it really, really needs to be something that can be, interconnecting at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Jim sucks, so.
And Jim's relationship with Scott Vogler is complicated.
Don't be a Wookiee, wax your cookie.
That's been a fun bit of drama in the Swine Brothers camp.
Wait, Jim, what?
I said, don't be a Wookiee, wax your cookie.
Oh, I did for you.
Cookie.
Cookie.
I'm leaving now because you said cookie. Damn it!
I waxed my cookie for you, motherfucker. You would.
Nobody knows the story, but it's been drama. You said cookie.
When you check your email on a microwave.
What?
I mean, that's all the stories I got. I'm just saying random shit now.
Yeah, I don't really have any. Let's just end it then.
All right.
This has been the Swine Brothers Show, episode 139 for the 23rd of February, 2018. You can email the host at cosmicgodsdie@gmail.com. Facebook at Swine Brothers, and Twitter, SwineBro666. For Danamon, who's making a lot of noise. For Jim, who's not making any noise, I'm your host, Elliot. We'll see you later, peoples.
Anyone want to guess the bang bust pussy of the week?
And fuck you all.